It was OSU got out-coached, outplayed.
Lucas Raymond is also from Sweden, so he's an anytime goal scorer for one of those 2 games they have in Sweden. So I don't know which one it is, but it's going to be one of the 2, so lock that in.
This doesn't make any sense. I was pissed. Fumble recovery happened. I'm going to be honest, I turned off the game. I checked back in. That was a
D-backs here, baby. Come on.
They're walking up to the table blind. I'm betting fucking blind.
What's going on, people? We're back. It's Thursday, so let me break it down for you. So here's pretty much the new format going forward, ladies and gentlemen. Saturdays, nothing's changing. You're still going to get your Saturday, 11 a.m. podcast. First off, this is Sharp Sports Network. If you're new, you should probably start with that. We are a sports betting podcast. We're Sharp Sports Network. You already know what it is. Secondly, back to what I was saying. Thursdays are now going to be the set day. Take Wednesdays, everything you love about them, throw them out the window. I know, change is scary, but we got to move forward. Thursdays and Saturdays are the set schedule. Like I said, Saturdays, you're not changing, so we're not even going to talk about that. But what you should expect for Thursdays, because we've been doing Wednesdays, and then they're like an hour and a half podcast, and then it's draining, and everyone's tired, people are busy, and I understand it. And honestly, we get a lot more views on Saturday than Wednesday because of that reason. So what we're going to do now is on Thursday, we're going to quickly go through the biggest storylines from college football and NFL, not going through every single game like I like to do. Then we will quickly touch on NBA, MLB, NHL, anything else that's huge in the world of sports. That will all be condensed to Thursday. Like, for example, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We'll talk about that today because tomorrow that's happening. So just wanted to give a quick little update for the people. That's how we will be going moving forward so that you don't get an hour and a half recap going through every game, yada, yada, yada. But without further ado, we got all 4 of the fellas here today. We got McDilly. We got The Wander. We got Tycho. We got Snoop Luke. And when all 4 of us are here, you know it's going to be a good pod. How we doing, fellas?
We're doing good. We'll be doing better when we're talking about sports, but let's get riled up.
Who?
Pickle jar.
All right, so like I said, instead of going game by game, the best way to do this is the biggest storylines of college, biggest storylines of NFL. So the biggest storylines of college football in week number 11. Starting off with Georgia Tech upsetting Miami. Miami flying way too close to the sun game after game after game. And they finally got burned by Georgia Tech. I believe we were all on that plus 9.5. So love that.
I was on that money line.
Yeah, I don't think there was never a doubt. If there's one team that's going to take down a team that's flying too close to the sun, like you said, it's going to be Georgia Tech. We watched it in the very beginning of the season. They started the year off like this. I wouldn't be surprised if they do one more time.
Yep, Haynes King comes back. Boom, they're 7-1 with Haynes King. Love it.
No coincidence.
No coinky dink there. The next big storyline in college is Georgia and Mississippi. Ole Miss came out 28-10. Absolute slaughter. And Carson Beck has now more interceptions than he does touchdown passes this year. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, number 1 for Heisman in the beginning of the year, minus like 300 for the Heisman, right? What the fuck are you doing, buddy?
17 players were injured on this Ole Miss team, so I do want to give all the credit to Lane Kiffin because when I saw that, I saw my Dogs pick and felt immediate, full confidence. And it didn't matter. They took that 17 players down. Their best wide receiver didn't play. It didn't matter. They stomped their fucking neck in.
Yeah, this game really took me by surprise. Carson Beck, man, if he had draft stock, he's like a 4th round, 6th round quarterback now. He's a project. That's what he looks like. He can't throw it to his nation best receivers. He's trash. Doesn't have Brock Bowers. Trash.
Yeah, honestly, the only player on that Georgia offense who has been consistently producing this year, which is crazy to say, is Etienne. He's the only one. But yeah, quickly, I want to just thank you, Jesse, for blindly trusting me with Duke and North Carolina State. I can't believe you blindly just took me into the dark, and we hit 29-19. Boom.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
The next big storyline of the week, and I feel like this is a storyline because I, like Jesse did me, blindly rode Luke and said, Luke, I don't want to, but I'm going to trust you. Please, please give me these Michigan fucking 13, 14 points to cover. And there was never a doubt. I felt great this entire game to the point where I thought when it was a 3-point game, Michigan could actually win this game. 20-15 was the final. And Luke, I know you have thoughts.
They could have won this game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Their coach could save some time on the clock.
yeah, I don't know what that fucking timeout was about. We should have won this game, in my opinion. But, fuck, dude, this one play that just keeps going back, which was a crucial third down. And fuck. It just sucks because Warren, he's been playing really good the last few games. Really good. He's been really piecing together. And then when we needed him most on this third down, threw it high and behind his receiver to the point where the receiver had to try and stop his momentum and jump in the air a little bit and try and reach behind him. And it still didn't even touch his fingertips. And then we got to punt the ball away and try and get a stop because these are the final minutes of the game. Can't be having that. If Warren connects on that pass, we keep the drive alive, and who knows, we could even go march down and score a touchdown instead of just getting a field goal.
Yeah, I can't disagree with a single word that you just said, to be honest with you. I was weirdly rooting for Michigan, and I actually felt weirdly good about it the entire game. I was surprised, but yeah. The last big storyline in the world of college football was obviously number 11, Alabama, coming in to LSU and just giving an absolute butt-fucking. 42-13 was the final. The game was over at halftime. They just had to go play a second half. Jalen Milroe, you might think, 42-13. So he had what, 300 passing yards? No. So he had 100 rushing yards? No. 3 touchdowns? No. He finished with 100 passing yards total in the game. Oh, sorry. That's a lie. You go to the rushing. That's where Jalen Milroe shined. 185 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, and Alabama steamrolls LSU.
I'm not going to say I told you so, but I fucking told you so.
He was injured. Before this game, I think we had a Milroe injury.
Yeah, we did.
Not trying to move.
And then that's why
he moved this game.
That's why the week before I said Milroe looks like he's injured out there because he doesn't want to move out of the pocket. No, he was saving himself so that this game he could run 185 fucking yards and 4 touchdowns out of the pocket. He was saving it all so he could go into Baton Rouge, into Death Valley, and do it there.
Yep. Look, if you watch the podcast on Saturday, I said there's one player that takes over the LSU-Alabama game every time. And I said it's going to be
the best player. Yeah, you said the best
That's
player.
exactly what fucking happened.
I agree. He was the best player on that field that night, and he fucking proved it.
That's all that ever happens when Alabama plays LSU. The stars shine.
Yeah. And then really quickly, because, they have come out, do any of you disagree with anything in the college football playoffs that have come out? The rankings dropped, I believe, yesterday.
Penn State, too high. BYU.
And I was like, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me while I protect my computer from this big-ass dog that decided to hop up and just plop down right on the laptop.
It's a lap cat dog.
Yeah, 100+ fucking pound lap dog. Nice.
Speaking of.
Way to just get up in your face and then just try to lay down on your computer.
Come on now. I'm just trying to
he has a designated spot and is sitting there nicely.
Anyways, that is the biggest storylines from college. But that wasn't the only football because we had the NFL. Obviously, like we always do, we will start with Thursday night if it's interesting. And this one was. The Bengals and first off, I do want to take a moment of silence for Jesse. Moment passed. The Bengals and the Ravens. 35-34 was the final from Baltimore. What a game. back and forth. Holy shit. Baltimore took the lead. Now Cincinnati comes in. Then Baltimore puts the nail in their coffin. But hey, here comes Cincinnati with one last gasp. I thought it was a great game down to the wire. Joe Burrow had fucking 428 passing yards, and Jamar Chase had 264 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. And they lost, which is crazy.
2 reasons they lost. Here's your 2 reasons. Zach Taylor cannot fucking coach. I want him gone. I hate a man to lose his job, but Jesus Christ, this is his fault. There is no reason I am calling a timeout if a defense sends out single man coverage on my 11 reception, 264-yard, 3 touchdown star wide receiver that I'm going to even think about calling a timeout. Not even going to think about it. They're idiots. Throw it to them. There's nothing to talk about. Single coverage Jamar Chase and a 2-point conversion at the end of a game. What kind of stupidity do you have? But no, we call the play for tight ends. That's the play we call for Tanner fucking Hudson. Fire the coach.
I think we're both in a bad spot with our teams right now. Yeah.
Well, no.
I have one
I can still make the playoffs.
Why they're like, oh my god, he went off. There were plenty of games where Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson had plenty of yards. We lost a lot of those games.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Takes more than 2 guys on offense.
Yeah, let's get to another storyline that I just thought was very interesting. There was a team on Sunday who had 142 total yards. They went 1 for 14 on third downs. And they played the Patriots. Yes, I'm talking about the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears, 3 points, little under 200 yards, and 1 for 14 on third downs against the New England Patriots, losing 19-3.
There's a lot wrong in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's not all on the field. I feel like there's a lot wrong that you can't see.
I can tell you.
And everything has gone south ever since that fucking interception tip. No, not interception.
Hail Mary.
The Hail Mary from
Jaden Daniels turned into a touchdown. Everything's downhill since then because after that, the locker room was fucking divided. And I have a feeling this coach has no way of getting the fucking locker room back. And yet again, they have another good quarterback thrown into a terrible situation. Even if he has weapons, he doesn't have an O-line. It's proven to be a problem all year. And the team they don't even fucking like each other. I'm convinced.
Yeah, so, and on top of
work?
that, the offensive coordinator was fired 2 days ago.
And they fired the OC. But that was,
because they have to do something to look
because
like
he's not gonna fire himself.
Yeah, they have to do something.
Head coach isn't gonna fire himself, so someone's got to go. And then if things don't get better after that, well, then he's gone.
They got a rivalry game against the Packers next week. So
that'll go well.
This man.
Okay. No, I said Jesse, go ahead.
Hey, I'll put $10 on it that Jordan Love does the "I own you" thing with Aaron Rodgers used to do. Bet he does that.
Probably will. Aaron did tell him he has the keys. But the Bears, they don't know how to run a franchise. They don't know how to run an organization. They have constantly switched every single year the system that their quarterback has to deal with. They've never given a single quarterback the same OC for 2 years. And I don't even think it's in the Eberflus just needs to be gone. That's what I think. And if you want the truth, they need a new GM because like I said, the whole operation's ran off. Caleb, he's Justin Fields, but worse. You would have been better off with the connection you had already established. But then you went to change it. And now your star wide receiver is having the worst year of his career, and he doesn't even want to play because he told you this was going to happen. And he still did it. Defense is strong as shit, but offense sucks because you have the Joe Burrow experience, but you don't have a Joe Burrow, and they're both losing. So it's still the same.
Yep.
No O-line, can't do shit.
Next big storyline of the week is the Denver Broncos came into Kansas City, and at halftime, it was looking pretty good for the Broncos. Then, and I want to point this out because everyone's just going to talk about the last play of the game, but this also was very important. The Broncos came out and scored just 53 yards of total offense in the second half, and that includes a 33-yard play. Do with that as you will, but they did set themselves up in a position where they were down by 2. They got into field goal range on the final drive with Lutz. Game-winning field goal. Oh, one little problem. The guy who plays center, who can't move left to right because all he does is stand in one spot and block, is in the guard position. Well, that shouldn't mean anything because he's still another tackle, still on the O-line. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh, but it is a problem. Because he immediately gets face planted to the ground. 2.5 seconds go by. Kick is blocked. Chiefs win. They're 9-0. And Tyler wants to die. Yeah.
Hey, I'm so mad, bro.
That's pretty much
coming up. I'm all right. It's weird. I am not okay with the fact that the Chiefs are undefeated because they're playing like shit in most of these games. However, I feel really good about the fact that they play like shit in all of these games. Yes, they still have some voodoo magic happening where they win, but they don't look good. And that's okay because by the time we get to the playoffs, if you ain't looking good, you're going to get smacked by the good teams. So I'm okay with it. They're just barely squeaking by against not good teams. So.
I will say the one thing is just like last year, people were saying, oh, they lost L'Jarius Sneed and their defense is fucking still elite.
They're fine.
Elite. So, I want to point that out.
That defense is correct.
Yeah, it is.
They are the MVPs right now for this team. It's not Patrick. It's not Andy Reid. It's the defense.
Yeah. I mean, statistically, it's Patrick's worst season ever. So, that's a fact.
Yeah, let's get to the next big storyline. And what was a gritty fucking game. The Steelers and the Commanders. Russell Wilson and the Steelers get the win 28-27. Honestly, Russell did not have a lot of accuracy this game. If you watch Russell play, there was a lot of times where Russell was saying some, fuck it, Pickens down there somewhere. Fuck it, somebody down there somewhere. A lot of throws like that from Russell, but it got him the win. They played on the run game. That ultimately got them the victory. Najee, 55 yards. Warren, 65 yards. So, shout out to the Steelers. Another gritty win. They're 7-2.
Look, man, I'll say it now because it's going to come true, and it's already coming true. Russell Wilson is this year's Joe Flacco. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, you can fucking leave. But that's just what's happening this year. Russell Wilson's throwing bucket balls. George Pickens is saying, I'm going to go get that fucking ball. And they're going to –
That's because he's what, Ty?
And we'll see what happens.
That's because he's what?
I am not saying.
Because he's unlimited.
Listen, Russ is –
That's so gross, though. I can't believe you said it.
Russ is – I don't think you can compare Russ to anybody. He's just got blind, deep ball faith. He did this with Lockett. He did it with Metcalf.
He almost won a Super Bowl doing that.
Yes, he does not – he will let his receivers make plays.
Until he threw it to Malcolm Butler.
No, don't even that.
Hey, Malcolm Butler made the play.
They should have gave the ball to Marshawn.
All right.
Sorry.
Russ is back.
That's fine. I do want to say my favorite play of the season happened in this game of the whole season.
That's your favorite play so far?
And it won't be beat. When he threw the one-on-one ball, double coverage on George Pickens. Okay, George Pickens did not look at the ball. George Pickens looked at the defender, and you could not see what they were saying, but they were just talking throughout the entire time the ball was in the air. Once the ball got intercepted by the other guy that George Pickens was not looking at, probably didn't even know he was on the field, was like, cool, that's that. He immediately, like he's Nicholas Cronwall, leaps off of his feet, puts his fucking arms up, goes face first into the defender, flying through the air, and they tackle each other. And it was like, Yep, that's George. George really did not never give a fuck about catching that football. He cared about fucking that defender up. He got his. He went to the sideline. He looked at all of his boys. He's like, "Do you see what I just fucking did?" They're like, "Yeah, George, we threw a pick." And he was like, "I don't really give a fuck." He put a ski mask on. He went back out. It was my favorite play, and nothing will probably top that.
What about James Houston pooping his pants?
We will get to that. Hey, we will get there. Okay.
Nothing's gonna top that, huh? Okay.
I don't think that's a
Okay.
play. I don't think that's a play. I think that was probably a series of events. Like there was probably a play where he's like, "I'm feeling it," and then another play where he's like, "It's happening. There's something I can do." And then it happened. I don't think it was one play where he.
Dylan, I'm convinced that they hit each other so fucking hard.
You think he shit himself?
You can get the shit knocked out of you.
You think he literally like in the longest yard? Like I think
Or
he just shit
I feel like you can knock this. Yeah, like
It was Gatorade.
hit himself.
Okay, really? Okay.
It was the green
like-
Gatorade.
Movie for no reason. And then you got the guys on 97.1 who played football talking about it this morning, saying it's actually more common than you might think.
Well, it's
As
because
in-
we weren't wearing black or blue. We had to be all white. Like fuck, man. That's
Yeah, but he's saying like people shit their pants all the time. They're actually what I also found out, which is fucking nasty, but like it makes sense. If they got a piss during the game, you just piss your pants.
Not all of them do that.
No, we've seen many clips of the.
There
medical
are.
bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
a lot of times they just
They're
fucking
there.
piss their pants.
I
They're
believe you.
there.
I'm like,
believe
that's
you.
crazy, but I
also-
get it.
But also, if you can't wait till halftime, I mean, come on, brother. It's not like you're out there for 60 minutes.
Bro,
You're out there for
sometimes you're a fucking 34-year-old middle lineman, or you know, like fucking you're an
what do
older
you think
guy.
is probably more common?
I mean,
I'm
they
sorry.
do drink a lot of water and Gatorade. It's
True,
not
but
that
what do you
far
think is more
fetched.
common? Do you think they probably piss themselves more or shit themselves more?
I think we
Probably-
know.
Probably piss.
Because you can do that intentionally.
James Houston has got me thinking how many people have really shit themselves that I have
No one's
idea.
trying.
Well, he was probably
What
in the
if
mid.
he's like number 10?
He probably had to go, but he's on the field currently
Why can't he
defending, and then he had to make a tackle or he got hit or blocked or
Why
something,
can't he just
and
pull a
then that was
Lamar?
just enough force to go against
Remember-
and
It was
overpower
too
the
late
forces
for
that were
that.
Remember when
that were
Lamar
preventing
had 2
it.
minutes left?
Dylan,
To go take a shit.
Dylan, the only way he would have gotten out of this is if he pulled a fucking oh my god. Well, who's the basketball player that shit his pants?
What?
There was a
I
basketball
have
move
no
on.
idea.
Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce shit his pants?
He shit his pants, faked an injury, laid on the ground, and they brought him a wheelchair, and he got in the wheelchair, and we got wheeled off, and people didn't find out that he shit himself till like 2 years later when someone brought it up on Twitter.
Oh, well,
I was
I
like,
mean, that
Hey,
seems a
remember
little
when Paul Pierce shit
that seems a
himself?
little dramatic, but if it works, it works.
Yeah, he faked an injury so he can get a wheelchair to the locker room so he could change. his
Gotta
pants.
do what you gotta do.
I say just do the Lamar approach. Hobble to the locker room and hope you make it. And if you don't, you don't. You know?
You might make it.
How funny would it be, though? This is the last thing we'll say. And sorry that we've been talking about shit for the last 3 minutes. How funny would it be, though, if you saw somebody run to the locker room and then as they're running, they stop and then they slowly turn and walk back? Like they didn't make it. Like you just see somebody on the camera fucking.
No, they got that far. They're at least gonna wipe. They're not gonna be like, "Fuck it, we ball." They're gonna be
You
like,
at least gotta go get the shit out of here.
You're like, wait a minute. Why's he coming
Yeah,
back?
love it.
Oh, okay. So the last, great transition here because this game was a heaping pile of shit. Last game that we have to talk about is Sunday night.
Oh my
Sunday night.
God.
Yeah,
"You
it's
can
fucking
pile of shit." This is a
miserable.
beautiful game. This is a beautiful defensive game.
Before we get to that pile of dog
Here
shit,
he goes, ladies and gentlemen. Number 56 is rushing across the 50-yard line, making good pace. And oh no, what? A story defender tackles him so hard it would appear he just shit himself. Oh no, Johnny.
it happens more often than you think. You know, I think James Houston might just be a statistic. I think he might be 1-8. But Lions, Texans. Let's start with breaking.
It's happened. Have you ever seen the movie Longest Yard?
We already talked about that.
Gosh.
Everything's possible. With
Yes, it is. And you know what else is possible? winning when you throw 5 interceptions. Because the Texans came out in this football game. They went out. They got a pick. They got another pick. They got 3 picks. It's 23-7 going into halftime. Now, granted, one of them was a tip ball. The other one was a Hail Mary. But 3 picks is 3 picks. Stats is stats. You go to the second half.
Golf looked like Donnellan.
Yeah.
Let's also
Yeah.
mention the whole first half was watched in Jake's basement.
Yep. Fuck
I
Jake's
then,
basement.
after the first half, told Jake I will never be watching any more Lions games in his basement for the rest of the year.
Yep. And then Dan Campbell.
We all went home in
And
our
Dan
respective
Campbell.
homes, and then Dylan, what happened at halftime?
And then it all started with Dan Campbell giving probably the greatest interview ever on a sideline with him saying, look, I'm going to be honest. All we need to do right here is just get this ball right back. We need a turnover for the
He
boys.
said we need a turnover twice, and the second time
As
he
he's
said it,
saying
turnover.
that, first play of the second half is a turnover. Now, what happened 6 plays later may or may not have been another turnover, but that's besides the point. Because what happened is the Lions scored a touchdown before the third quarter ended. They got to the fourth quarter by scoring another touchdown. Oh, hey now, we got a touchdown game. We get a field goal from Mr. Master Bates that barely sneaks in by an inch. We got a 3-point game. Don't tell me the Lions, by throwing 5 interceptions, are going to come out here and do it. Oh, my God. But the Texans, they really, really, really don't want to win this football game because they try absolutely everything in their power. By Kaimi Fairbairn, including automatic from 50 yards, has not missed a 50-yarder this year. Absolutely fucking shanks it to the left, sets up the Lions for 1 20-yard pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jake Bates comes in. Jake Bates makes it close. Jake Bates looks like he's about to hit the fucking upright. And then, oh, baby, he sneaks it in. Lions walk it off. Probably the most improbable victory an NFL team has had in a very, very long time.
You know what's crazy?
This game. But what?
We have a defense that shut out a team in a whole half of football. And we kick the ball twice when necessary and prove we have a kicker.
Yeah.
We have never been clean on all phases ever.
Even with
No, and we still weren't because we threw 5 interceptions. But I get what you're trying to say.
You know what I'm saying? You know exactly what I'm saying.
those 5 picks just left his mind.
I do think
No, the
talking about
5 picks
defense-
are there, but I'm looking
And-
into the stats.
and
I'm like, not that bad.
And I do think talking about the defense, I know every fucking week we give the credit to Brian Branch, so I'm not even going to say anything. But I think Aleem McNeil, he needs his flowers for what he did, especially in that second half. He was huge on the D-line.
And for those of you that don't know what Dylan's talking about, I will show you what Dylan's talking about.
Throw it.
Listen. Couple takeaways. We're not all at one shot, so just one at a time. We'll do that. We'll play.
Immediately.
This Lions team that I said, the fact that I watched this entire football game and there was 5 interceptions thrown with this Lions team is something that I think I can speak for all of us by saying many, not even many years ago, maybe probably just 2 years ago, you're not watching the rest of this football game. Halftime's over. Hey, I'm going to bed, especially on a Sunday night. I got work tomorrow. Fuck that. So the fact that there were so many Lions fans that in the back of their head were like, we're still in this game somehow. I think that's a testament to, once again, this being the brand new Lions.
Yes, sir.
Big boom. All right. One more thing. I know that I said that was the last thing, but there's one thing that we do need to talk about before we move on out of NFL. My heart is starting to break for Baker Mayfield. I am watching this man with no receivers do everything in his power with a fucking one arm up, making insane throws, and he still is falling short. Just game after, and I genuinely am feeling bad for this man.
Brown should have never traded him.
Right, I agree. But yeah, I just wanted to shout that out for him. Baker.
Yeah, no, the Browns should have traded him because the Browns don't know what to do with anybody.
That's also a really good counterpoint.
Fuck them.
The
I'm
Browns also
glad
should
the
have traded him
Browns are
because
in poverty.
Baker would never be doing this.
But yeah,
You
poor
know,
Baker.
if we don't play a useless 30 seconds of football like a fucking dingus talking about We were still in the game. You can't kick another onside. You're not in the game. The rules are the rules. You lost. It was done deal. You probably have 2 more wins this season. But no,
agree.
lost a player for a year. I mean, the rest of the year, and you lost a guy till your bye week. That was 4 weeks away.
Tough. But that's all the headlines for football, and we got that down to 30 minutes. I'm already liking this new format. Well,
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharp securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the gens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
alrighty. For the first time this year, we have NBA news. Oh, yeah. Feels good. Feels great, actually, to be honest with you. And before we get to anything else, let's just get to the fucking biggest headline so far this NBA season. Jesse, you ready to talk basketball?
I'm here.
All right. What the fuck is going on with the Bucks? The Milwaukee Bucks are a team that last year was looking like they were a powerhouse, a team that could win it all. Giannis is healthy. We like them as a favorite. This year, they're currently, if the playoffs were to be today, obviously it's still early, they'd be a 14 seed with Dame and Giannis. And the only person who's been injured is Thanos. And unless you want to make the point that Thanos is the reason why they're winning games, you know, what's going on in Milwaukee?
I mean, you said it. What do I need to say?
That's what we're saying.
Basketball, bro. I'm gonna be honest. That some things just don't work out on the court how they look like they are going to do on paper when you're just looking at your lineup. So, like, we got Dame, we got Giannis. We should be good. Giannis has been able to get as far on his own. We give him another piece, have the role players around. We should be fine, but people ain't playing their roles right. They're missing too many shots. Huge efficiency drop aside from Giannis.
I think the biggest problem that I've been seeing is, I don't know why, but for some reason, they won't win unless every single person's on the court. Chris Middleton, he'll be out for fucking 2 games, right? And you'll think that they just lost their fucking whole team.
They have no depth.
Okay, right? That's what I'm saying. He'll come back, right? Giannis will be there. Dame's out. But then why are they losing by 20 still? It's it's so crazy to me how when one thing will affect this team, it's like it all falls apart. But I think that's actually very poetic for this team because when they lost Giannis in postseason last year, they fell apart immediately. So I get that. Next, something that I just thought I saw this was a stat at the beginning of the season, and I wanted to keep track of it if it was going to be true, and it's so far being true, and I think this is insane. Currently, LaMelo Ball is attempting 3-pointers at the most historic rate ever. He is the only player in NBA history who is currently attempting more 3-pointers than Curry did in 2016, 2017. Curry did in 2020 and 2021, and more 3-pointers than James Harden in his MVP season. He's averaging 13.5 3-pointers attempted a game. What the fuck?
I'm not going to the rack. I'm not about to let y'all injure me again. Fuck that. Nah, I'm spraying this.
I didn't think when James Harden, that 3-point record, I was like, yeah, nobody beating this because every 3-point he would do, he was going for the 4-point play. LaMelo is just like, nah, I know Miles Bridges is down there, but he'll get it if I miss. 3.
That's what he was best at. So now he feel like, what's the point of going in the paint? I got enough people down there. It's enough people trying to move in and out. I'm just spray.
I'll give you that. We got a couple quick things. This is just rapid fire. Just give me your immediate reactions, okay? Boom. Great. The Nuggets are 3-0 when Russell Westbrook is starting in the lineup.
What can I say? It's Russ.
Boom. Ben Simmons has already been benched twice so far this season on the Nets.
Biggest bust. He's beating out Anthony Bennett in my mind.
Victor Wembanyama, coming off of a triple-double, puts up a 50-point performance.
This nigga shot 8 for 13 from 3, and he's 7 foot tall. He is a problem.
I have a comment on this one. Expect more of those.
I know. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part.
All right, I got 2 more things. The Blazers, 4 days ago, shot for the 7th worst 3-point percentage in NBA history, going 4 for 43 on 3-pointers. I'm going to say that again. 4 for 43 on 3-pointers.
I want to know where the makes are. I want to know, do they start 4 for 4, start like 4 for 8, and then it's just L, like it was a sporadic, like 15 threes. Ooh,
I hope they made it
20 threes. Make.
I really hope they made it 3 a quarter, just for morale.
Like, I don't know. That's pitiful. And that's crazy because then the next day in the play-in tournament, they were like, big dub.
Right. And then the last rapid fire thing that I have for you is LeBron James just had his 3rd consecutive triple-double. And I just wanted to point that out because I love him.
You in the G League, and I'm this old, putting in work. Get your act together, son. I want you here up hooping with me, but you can't. And I told you I would send you down there.
Bronny, his first game,
He's
obviously,
the GOAT.
we talked about it. Bronny's first game, he went out, he spazzed. You know what Bronny's done since then? 7 points, 4 points, 6 points.
Straight.
Fuck! It's all just false hope is what it is. Also, Giannis dropped 60 points last night because the Pistons couldn't hit 2 free throws in a tie game. Thanks, Ron Howland. Let's move on. Before we get to Downtown Cash picks and Puck Luck picks, Luke, Tyler, come on in here because we have one last thing to talk about in the world.
I had something personally to ask you.
Oh, what's up?
Does Luka need to stop taking so many shots?
You know, here's my thing that I've noticed about Luka this year. Luka looks like he basically saw the entire finals run last year, right? Took that, put it in a box, and threw it off a fucking bridge because it never happened. He trusts nobody again. This is back to 3 years ago when he didn't have rebounds. He didn't have Derek Lively. He didn't have Kyrie. He didn't have people around him that he could trust. He's playing that type of basketball, and I don't know why. And it's making me stressed because I'm like, Luka, calm the fuck down.
He has consistently lost in multiple games because he shoots the dumbest shots.
You know what he's doing? And I don't know if you've been watching. He's doing exactly what Cooper Flagg has been doing for Duke. He will not, and I mean not, let anybody touch that basketball like Kobe Bryant told him to. Like, I watched him play, was it Kentucky the other night they played? Yeah. And this motherfucker got the basketball, turned the ball over. Kentucky got the ball, made the shot to go ahead. Cooper then got the ball again after them trying to find him in double coverage. The ball got turned over. Maybe we shouldn't have gone to Cooper, and Cooper was covered that time, okay? Now we're down by 3. The 3rd straight possession, Cooper gets the ball, dribbles down, loses it, kicks off his foot, goes out of bounds. I'm like, yo, stop dribbling the fucking basketball, bro. Like, I know you're a number 1 prospect. I know you're good. But the thing is, same with Luka. You're one of the best players in the NBA. Trust your teammates.
There's no, all right, I get it. It's been Luka, but it's starting to get to a point where it's like, are you realizing you can't win playing like that?
You can't.
You take 27 shots. Klay Thompson takes 17, and then Kyrie's only taking 13.
And he has Klay now this year. So what the fuck are we doing?
You need to take like 5 less shots.
Okay, you might not trust Klay that much, and I get it, but still.
Kyrie cannot only shoot 13 shots.
Exactly what I was about to say. But still, Kyrie, after what he showed you in that playoff performance last year, has shown you that there's no reason why you should not give him the rock. I agree.
Luka
All right.
must not be a big boat guy.
Maybe he is. But
Well,
Probably.
otherwise he'd be giving Clay the ball.
yeah, because Clay's the. Do you see they gave out captain
Yeah.
hats?
Hey. What?
Did you see they gave out captain hats for his return to Golden State? Every fan got a captain hat. And then wait, this is the best part. Guess who had a problem with it and ranted on his podcast about it?
Draymond.
You damn right he did. Draymond went on his podcast and somebody called in and said, "How'd you feel about the whole thing?" He goes, "Honestly, I thought that shit was stupid. Somebody tried to give me one of them, and I was like, why the fuck do I want one of them?" He's like, "What did Clay?" He goes, "What did Clay ever do for me?" He goes, "It's cool for the fans. I get it. Like, cool." He's like, "But us, like, I can speak for me and the Warriors players. First off, immediate debunk. No, you speak for you." But he said, "I speak for the players when I say, like, that's for the fans. It ain't for us." There's probably a lot of people on Golden State that were happy to see Clay come back. Draymond didn't give a fuck.
Did you hear why Curry was acting the way Curry was acting?
Oh, this should be good.
So not only was it the shimmy in the third quarter that Klay Thompson hit, but Klay ghosted Curry before game day when he tried to talk to him. He ain't hit him back.
Clay was trying to get locked in. It was a revenge game for him.
He
He's
took
going
that
back
shit
to Golden
personal.
State. Okay, well, here's my thing.
And then he hit the shimmy. Klay know better. He knew better.
Once again, I am defending Clay here because I feel like this is any athlete that's coming back to his revenge game that played all these years for, won a championship. You come back, it's a happy welcome, but let's be honest. As an athlete, Jesse, and I know we're not, but there's got to be no better feeling than coming back and shitting on them.
Bro, all I got to say is competitors going to compete.
Yeah, I agree.
The only time we've seen something close to this, but I liked it because it was a little different, is the way Deshaun Jackson used to act whenever he'd go back and play Philly. Yeah. Every time he got in the end zone, he was doing his bird and sending that bird flying with a kick. I'm here for that. But
or Terrell Owens.
You don't. There's T.O., but
yep. T.O. was always one that I remember.
Clay hit his splash, bro. Selly.
Yeah. He woke up a monster. We saw how the game ended. Fucking Steph hit a dagger, told him to go tonight, and we went to fucking bed. Good job. We got fucking 2 things, then picks. Sorry. This is important. We got to talk about this because these are the 2 biggest things in the sports world. 1, the Tampa Bay Rays are set to play in Tampa Bay for the first time since 1998. Holy shit, they're going to fucking play where their city is. And it's not by choice. Minnie Milton made that decision for him. Hurricane Milton, as the people call it, came in, absolutely destroyed Tropicana Field. The roof of that stadium is schmacked. So schmacked, they said that it's not going to be ready to be played in until 2026. Now, could Tampa Bay have just said, look, we can just rip all this shit off the top of it, take the bolts off, make this shit a dome? Yeah, probably would have been a dumb idea. So they made the smart approach. They took the biggest spring training facility, which is owned by the New York Yankees, and they are going to be playing there. It is called Steiner Burner Field, and yeah, it's in Tampa, Florida. It's a spring training field, and they will be playing the entire 2025 season there. I mean, how do we feel about this?
I wonder if this
good for the fans. The old stadium sucked.
Facts.
Went to the games.
You still won't get the stadium to full out, even though attendance is 11,000 capacity. Sorry, Tampa Bay fans.
Nah, dude, you can now.
All the comments were just like, they still won't sell it out.
At least look full. Don't have to be full, but it'll look
full. At minimum, fuller.
And if you're in Tampa Bay and you're a Tampa Bay Ray fan, well, now you can actually go to the fucking Tampa Bay game. Look at that.
I saw, what do you call it? I believe it was the Blue Jays did this like 4 seasons ago, the year before COVID, because the Rogers Center had renovation, so they just played at their spring training field. They just said fuck it. They didn't do it the whole year. They played there until about like the All-Star break. Yeah. No, this was during COVID. I think that was why, because they couldn't go to Canada because of COVID restrictions. Mm-hmm. So that was the last time we saw something like this. So I think, like Tyler said, it's cool for the fans. I'd want to go. I do think that's going to be very interesting that we're going to have 2 MLB stadiums this year that are going to be first-time MLB stadiums, obviously because Sacramento and the A's, which they're now not being called the Sacramento A's, which is interesting. They're. Did you see they just removed Oakland? They're now, if you look them up,
The
just
biggest A's.
the A's.
That's what I want.
They're not anything. They're just the
They
A's.
should just
the
be
Athletics.
A's.
They have no location name, so that's also there. But yeah, thought it was interesting. All right, Tyler, get back in here. We got one more thing before picks to talk about, and I know you're gonna have some thoughts because a lot of people have some thoughts. Tomorrow at 8:00 p.m., Jake Paul is fighting Mike Tyson. Jake Paul said, finally give me a real boxer. Now he's fighting a 60-year-old. Some people are like, yeah, Mike Tyson is always Mike Tyson. And that's probably why 91% of the bets and the money have come in on Mike Tyson. But then there's
he already got a real boxer and fucking lost.
Yeah, but then there's the other people who are going, well, Jake Paul, he's 20, 30 years younger. This is what he does, blah, blah, blah. All right. How do we feel? Luke, fuck it. We'll start with you. Just because I think we all know how you feel.
Finally get in one time and I start fucking bugging.
All right, well, we'll come back. Oh, no. Good. You're good.
What?
How do you feel about this fight, Luke?
It's stupid.
That's where I'm at.
I'm like everyone in the world is sick of this shit.
If I don't see haymakers, and it clearly looks like a rigged fight to me, I'm gonna be pissed that I wasted my time. Which is exactly
every fight has looked like that.
Because at least this isn't some pay-per-view bullshit. You can just
yeah, you're right. Yeah, every fight has. Yeah, I was thinking
So,
of someone else.
Like Mike Tyson's 60. At the end of the day, he is 60. There's no way he's fighting like when he was 30, 35. Shit, I'll even give him 40.
The only thing I will say about that is Mike Tyson looks just as fast, as just as powerful.
Yeah.
It's not that's coming into question for me. It's him being that old. How's his chin?
Yeah, you don't know that. You can't.
he's gonna get hit.
You can't.
That's why he goes for older guys to fight. Is their body is just worn and tore down. Their chin has taken so much damage, so they're easier to drop.
What do you call it when the ref? What do you call it when the ref has to, not like a knockout, but like when he punches the shit out of him so bad that the ref has to go and check him for a second, and then he like counts to like or whatever. What do you call that? Just a check?
I don't know enough about boxing.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Care that much about boxing.
If I don't see one of those by round 3, this shit's rigged. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, but it's 2-minute rounds, and 2 minutes are huge differences.
Is it 10 or 12?
I think it's only 8.
8?
Yeah. Which is why round 3, if I don't see at least one actual fucking haymaker.
So this shit's gonna last a half hour.
And also,
better be good.
I want to know how many people.
This fight should be over by round 2 and Tyson winning by knockout.
I'm going to try to stay up for this, but I don't know if I'm even going to be able to, bro, because it's a 7-fight card. It's going to start at 8. They're probably not even going to go till midnight. So,
my God.
I don't even know how many people are going to even be able to stay up and watch this. And for those that do, if it's rigged, they're going to be irate. But
if you, man, I don't have football that late, so.
No, you got some action actually going on. If you
is it East Carolina versus fucking North Iowa?
No, it's
or North
better.
Texas.
It's better than that. It's Houston and Arizona at 10:15. Arizona minus 1.5.
Okay, then there's something to get.
Arizona minus 1.5 point favorite, and Houston's defense has allowed less than 20 points last 4 games. As well, they're 1.5 point dog. I take Houston. I get something to watch Friday night.
That's how you make it to the
That'll
fight.
get me to the fight.
That'll get you to the fight.
Is that a 10 o'clock game?
Yep, 10:15.
Oh yeah.
Or you can play UCLA and Washington at 9 o'clock.
Oh no, I might watch that banger.
Boom! Look at that. Now you got 2 things to get you to it. All right, let's get to picks.
Tough week of splash for your boy.
Yeah, it was. I'll just start because I normally let Luke start, but we'll switch it up. We'll start with downtown cash picks first. There's one game today. We're not playing it because fuck Utah. Sorry. It is what it
Nah, I feel it.
All right. Game number 1. We got the Detroit Pistons going to Toronto to take on the Raptors. Raptors minus 1.5 point favorites. How are we feeling?
Give me Pistons on the line.
Give me the Pistons as well.
They're going to
Raptors.
I'm gonna take the Pistons because Luke has been on an island this year in basketball, and I'm very curious how that turns out.
And you choose it with the Pistons. Why are you like this?
Because they suck.
Not
Don't worry. I understand why you took Toronto. Talking to that guy, Dylan. You knew he wasn't going to take the Pistons. Let's be honest here.
Oh, well, yeah.
You set him up to be on an island.
No, it's
You chose for it to be at the Pistons.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I know that Luke probably assumed this Detroit team still sucked because he probably hasn't watched a lot of it, but there's also a good chance they lose because they're still the Pistons. Like I said, they play the Bucks.
G, do you have something to fucking say? Can we help you? Can we help you, G? Can we?
Oh, no.
That's what I was like, you're laying right next to the mic. You can't be low-key playing videos and trying to whisper to me. You're next to the mic, bro.
Like she's whispering, but it's like coming clear as day through the fucking.
Because she'd say something. She was playing the video, so I mute. I was like, you can't play that. Then I unmute. She starts talking, and I'm like, oh, gotta mute again. I'm like, you can't do that. So then, okay,
Never let them know your
unmute
next
again.
move.
And then she starts talking. I'm like, gee, you are next to the mic.
Never let him know.
Game number 2 at 7:30 on Friday night. We got LeBron
pay
and
attention to
the
your pod,
Lakers
dude.
coming off of 3 straight triple doubles.
Don't be worried
Going
about
to
me.
take on Wemby and the Spurs coming off of a 50-point performance. Something's got to give, people. Lakers are favored by 3.
Give me the Lakers to cover. Why not? AD.
You're a fool. Give me Wemby. Wemby's gonna send LeBron to the moon. SWAT team, baby.
What were the 2 teams? Sorry, I'm dealing with a problem at the moment.
Wemby.
You got a hot LeBron in the Lakers and a hot Wemby in the Spurs.
Damn, Dylan. That's how you really.
Give me
feel.
the over.
Smart. That
Go
was
through it.
yeah. That's
I feel like that's the first over of the season.
That's my play. Give me the over. 2 over 228. Yeah. You know who I'll be.
Oh, so now you're
But
copying.
But you know in
not
my
me.
heart, who I'll be pulling
7
for.
blocks.
121 to 117.
Game number 3, 10 p.m. Minnesota Timberwolves going to take on the Sacramento Kings. Minnesota is favored by 1 point. Over under 223.
This team's disappointing me a little bit.
Both teams.
They're the team that lost to the Trailblazers after they had that terrible performance. It's the Timberwolves.
Both teams are playoff teams that have been underperforming so far this year. So
I'll take the Timberwolves, but I'm not happy to.
I'll gladly take the under.
I would gladly light the beam and take the Kings just so that we all have a different pick, and I want the Kings. Go
Well,
Luke.
Luke's going to change that because there's 4 of us.
Yeah, Luke.
Takes a winner.
I'll take the over.
Oh, he got
Boom!
spicy.
Somebody's got to be right. But that means 3 of us.
2 people have to be right.
Yeah, that means 2 of us got to be
Yeah,
right.
somebody can get a push.
We could all
Is it
put.
flat? Is it not a half point?
I don't know yet. It's too far away.
It is currently
Whoa.
1.5 point spread.
No, over under.
Oh, over under is 223.5.
Oh, we do have a number. Okay.
Oh, it's going under.
Well, yeah, you can't push it.
It'll be
It's
fine.
half point. So,
Mm,
all right, Luke. Puck luck picks.
All right.
Did I do good last week, or do I have to bring Kermit back?
Well, you're still below 40%.
Yeah, but that's because I went 0-6.
Dylan,
Oh,
Kermit
that's-
definitely picks better.
Kermit went 2-1.
You and
know
Ty
what?
went 2-1. Me and Jesse went 1-2. Anywho, Game
What did I-
number 1.
What did I do?
The other score.
Pro goes, we went 2-1 and he went 1-2. What did Dylan do?
2-1.
I said Dylan and Ty went 2-1.
2-1.
Jesse and I went
Right back
1-2.
on.
So Kermit is 4-2. All right, go ahead.
Is that Kermit?
Yes, it is.
All right, Kermit's 4-2. Hit me with it.
All right. 2 teams that are completely irrelevant to the color green. We have for game number 1 Thursday at about to start as we speak, but that's because we took an hour to get to the picks. The New Jersey Devils are headed to Florida to take on the Panthers. Over under 6 flat. The Devils are 1-0 head to head so far.
Give me. You know what? Might as well have some fun. Give me the Devil.
Mine as well. Have some fun.
Yep, that's how I'm feeling at 12-12.
All right. Kermit.
Kermit doesn't like devils. Kermit is a saint and he is a Christian. And when
He
Kermit
is
dies,
not a saint by any means.
Kermit ain't going to hell. He doesn't like devils.
I've seen
No,
videos
thank
of you on Omegle, buddy. No,
That's not
you are
me.
not
I got a lot
not
of
a saint.
imposters out there.
You are
That's
not
not
a
me.
saint.
Those TikTok lives, that's not the real Kermit. This is the real Kermit.
Yeah, the one that got his head bashed in.
Oh,
All right,
who
so
are the Devils
giving
playing?
Dylan a
I
skip.
forgot.
So who do you take?
Who are the Devils playing?
The Panthers.
The Panthers.
The Kraken.
Frogs and
So the-
Panthers, animals, we get along.
Look, the Panthers. The Panthers are rolling at home this year. Give me the Panthers.
Look at that.
Ugh.
Luke?
Dude, okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to write down the picks as they go along, but the stupid bug thing's happening with there where it keeps skipping back and forth between the letters. So I try to type out Panthers and it's like AANPTHR. It's like, bro,
Dude, just
You're
learn
doing
how
a
to
good job at
spell.
moving on to the next one, though. You're doing a really good job. And by that I mean
Well,
you're not doing a
who-
good job at all.
who'd you have?
The Panthers. That's what you were just trying to spell out.
TH.
Don't.
I know how to fucking spell it. It's the thing skipping the cursor back and forth for some goddamn reason. I don't need any spelling advice from Kermit the Frog. Or should I say Kermit the Fraud?
Oh.
Tyler, put it back up. Put it back up, please. Thank you.
Wait, hold up. Oh, there you are. 9-14. All right. Anyways, I'm taking the
about
Devils. in
Dylan
this
when
one.
Dylan's
they
here.
love to play
Thank
on
you,
the
Jesse.
road. The Devils love to play on the road.
What's their road?
They're 7-3 on the road, and I'm going to keep riding it.
All right.
All right, game number 2, which is happening tomorrow, which is also known as Friday, at the time of 7 p.m. Eastern.
Is G
And
is
the over/under is
still
set
next
to
to-
6.5 for this
Luke?
game.
Hey, Luke, is G still
And
behind that?
what?
Is G still right there?
I feel like I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah. G. You see what we fucking deal with?
I know.
Who needs all that? Who needs
He's
all
learning how
that?
to spell. He gets really angry about it.
So for game number 2, others would call it game number 2, others would call it matchup number 2, and others would call it
Shut the
Duel.
fuck up.
You got a
You
problem.
do not have
We
to
have
prove a
the
point.
Detroit Red Wings dueling off against the piece of shit Flyers.
Well, give me the Flyers. We suck.
The Flyers started off hot. Give me the
Didn't we
Flyers.
win last night? Didn't the Wings win?
Kermit, what do you think?
They
Wait
did.
a minute. Kermit, stop.
What happened to Kermit?
I know that's
Back
Dylan's
in-
intentions
fight?
coming out, but you got this.
Let's take it, Philly.
I apologize. Who are the Flyers playing?
The
The
Red
Wings.
Gotcha. I'm going to, Kermit is going to Ride the Flyers.
Kermit is IU is Kermit. Get it through your head. I'm taking the Flyers.
Boom. Kermit brings the boom.
Give me the under 6.5 in this game.
Ooh, nasty. Well, 3-2-2-1.
I haven't seen something that nasty since I saw Miss Piggy's anus.
Well, the Wings can't score. That's a good idea.
Miss Piggy. It was not a pretty sight. You know how she eats all those donuts?
Pick number 3, please.
Please.
Game or duel? No, what the hell did I just do? Okay, get off my screen. Duel number 3. We have the Vegas Golden Knights Friday Night Lights at 9 p.m. Eastern with an over-under 6.5. Heading they're heading over because they're going to Utah to take on the hockey club,
Give me Utah.
aka the Arizona Coyotes.
Luke, I've forgotten the first team.
Vegas, Utah.
Vegas.
The Golden Sprinkles.
They have a different name every week. I'm getting confused, but it's okay. I'll get this. I'll get it.
Night Golds. Guys.
But I'm taking Vegas.
All right. Dylan? Kermit?
Kermit is, 2 fun facts. Kermit is banned in Utah, and Kermit loves Vegas. So we're going to take the Golden Knights.
Can you clarify that? Like,
Legally, no.
The thing about it is before he even clarifies it, it's believable.
It's the reason why he's missing his nose and it got punched in.
Yeah, that's why his head's been in this condition for weeks.
Bashed by the mafia.
Could you please fluff it? Please.
I don't think that's how it works.
Is it really stay that way? Like if you put it's okay, hold on. I'm gonna need you to try and stick your hand in there and push outwards. Please. No, from the inside.
Ty, do you have a pick?
I
Like
took
this.
Utah.
Like this, Dylan.
The Utah Hockey Club.
You rip your head off your face.
Just like you give me one of those.
Telling you, Jesse, I put it on. Like,
That's how it is. That's so
for
good.
Halloween. That's what it's supposed to be. Like it's
I will be taking the over 6.5 in this game.
That's a good pick.
Just let me give the last pick there so we can
sorry.
stop talking, get the picks out of the way. You can start talking about this dumb fuck over here with a crunched in nose that looked like it got sucked inside of his face for some unknown damn reason.
You breathed in too hard and it just squunk.
I took too deep of a breath one day and I never blew back out.
You look like a dead frog.
It's like dog is going through it. You've got
But he had Miss Piggy
You've
sit on
been
his
on the
face
corner.
one time. His face.
That's exactly what it was. This is Miss Piggy's ass indent right here. Right fucking here. You can see it right here. All right, so yeah, we'll see how Kermit does. Well, I can't just do that on camera. You guys gonna know it's me. What?
Dylan, we all know it's you.
He had to go. He had to split.
There's no secret.
Oh, Kermit had to dip.
He
That's
had
bad.
to hit the hay.
That's too bad.
But
What, dude? Hey, he has the same sweatshirt as you.
yeah. Well,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
This is why Kermit needs his full fit, and then we won't know who
Kermit
it is.
also works
underneath.
for I Work. I got him the job, so that's just the same sweatshirt. That's all that it is. It's a work thing. Anybody else got anything before we head out of here?
No,
Washington
fuck you
plus
and fuck Kermit.
All right. Boom. Well, I got one more thing because we got to talk about Thursday Night Football.
Oh.
8:15, Washington Commanders are going to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. -4 point spread for the Eagles, over under 49.5. What's your play before we get out of here?
I
Birds.
want points. I really want.
That's my play. I did it last week. I'm doing it again. Give me the over.
Give me another interesting Thursday, please.
Yep.
Over.
Tycho?
Talking lights, camera, faction.
Birds -4. Luke?
Is the
Birds
J-Man.
minus alternate spread of 9.5.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. We appreciate you. Check us out on Saturday this morning when we hit you with all of our picks for college and NFL. And check us out on the socials at Sharp Sports Network on Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all platforms. And download the Sharps Betting app over on the App Store. Use promo code TYCO011 when you sign up. That's TYCO011 when you sign up. It will help you a great deal. We appreciate you. We'll catch you next time. We are Sharp Sports Network, and we'll see you Saturday. Peace!
I've been using your head as a drum the whole time.